Harry's Wife, Part 101.15. Funeral, Narc bomb. Roll up, roll up. Come see Harry's wife's mystical, magical wheel of spinnery to select the appropriate narc bomb to be dropped just prior to the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II. Will it be any of the following? Pregnancy. Prince Andrew slipped me a crippler. Archie is unwell. Lilibet has had an accident. I'm dedicating archetypes to QE2. I bought the largest bouquet for Queen Elizabeth, and these are the flowers contained within it. Tell everybody you know. Exclusive. My pain at losing the grandmother I never had. The Queen said, H and me can live in Windsor Castle. Racist king is denying my children's titles. I will be unveiling an oil painting that I completed of Queen Elizabeth and me. My father is dying. I must go and see him. My new Netflix series starts 1st of December. The Queen whispered a racial insult towards me from inside of her coffin. Prince William winked at me in a special way. Ladies and gentlemen, gather round and see where Harry's wife's wheel of narc bomb will land. Let us spin the wheel. Round and round it goes. Where it will stop, nobody knows. But be assured that we will, of course, learn precisely what kind of narc bomb that Harry's wife will throw out there in advance of the funeral. Round and round it goes, slowly coming to a halt. And hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. That is, of course, a humorous reenactment of what often goes on with the narcissist when there is the prospect of being overshadowed. And that is what Harry's wife faces. The death of Queen Elizabeth II has overshadowed Harry's wife. Her narcissism has sought to leverage it, bringing attention to herself in various ways that I have described in parts passim. But the fact is, the gravitas, the sheer majesty, quite literally, of Queen Elizabeth is such that it dwarfs Harry's wife into major insignificance. And she can't handle this. Her narcissism is fighting against the threat of irrelevance caused by all eyes being trained on the Queen that has died and the new king that has come to the throne. She has faced repeated instances of wounding as a consequence of the response of the media, the response of people meeting her, and, of course, the activities of people such as the Prince and Princess of Wales, and Sophie, Countess of Wessex, and other people besides. This has created a tumultuous period of time for Harry's wife, and, of course, looming on the horizon is the state funeral of Her Majesty the Queen taking place on Monday the 19th of September. This poses a massive threat to her control because it's all going to be about Queen Elizabeth on that particular day, with stores and businesses closing, with extensive media coverage around the world, when Harry's wife wants it all to be about her. In the circumstances, her narcissism may opt to drop the narc bomb. This is a particular manipulative device whereby the narcissism selects something to draw attention back onto the narcissist in order to gain control and draw fuel. Commonly, this takes place where, for instance, you're going out, and you're doing so without the narcissist. And so the narcissist then makes life difficult for you, perhaps explaining that something's happened with the children, so you need to go and pick them up, or inventing a mystery illness, meaning that they're unwell, so you'll have to stay home and look after them, telling you that all of a sudden the shed is on fire, and they're going to have to deal with that, and they can't come and pick you up, or give you a lift to wherever you're meant to be. Sometimes it's quite simply accusing you of something. For instance, You're not going on a night out with your friends. You're meeting up with him, aren't you? You're having an affair. The Narc bomb takes many different forms, and if you'd like to understand more about it, I'd encourage you to watch my video, Dropping the Narc Bomb. But with regard to Harry's wife, it's entirely applicable that she may well do so. And, to give you a flavour of how it functions, it is almost as if, in her subconscious mind, there is this wheel that the narcissism spins round and selects some kind of narc bomb to drop, some of them with greater plausibility than others, hence the vast array of options that I gave you in the example earlier in this video. Harry's wife needs that control, she needs the fuel, and her narcissism can't stand the fact that all eyes, ears are going to be about Queen Elizabeth. She may drop a narc bomb. What form it will take? It might be some of the things that I've mentioned, or one of the things that I've mentioned, and we'll have to keep an eye out on what it might be. If she does not do so, it may well be that she has been expressly instructed not to do so, or that her narcissism deems that she can gain control in an alternative way, and it might be that the facade management prevails and causes her to toe the line, albeit with little around the edges behaviours such as we saw the hand-holding at Westminster Hall. But there is a decent prospect of her dropping the narc bomb. She's done it in the past. We saw that she dropped at least 3 when it came to Prince Philip's funeral. First of all, the hokey-cokey as to whether she was going to come or not, then the whole issue about the bouquet, and then also the issue about threats and security. She should have kept quiet and stayed in the United States, kept her mouth shut, kept her head down and been respectful. But we know that she's not capable of that as a consequence of her rampant sense of entitlement, lack of accountability for her behaviours, absence of emotional empathy, and the necessity, of course, to assert control. Similarly here, some would say, you would do the right thing and stay out of the limelight and think to yourself, I have been very badly behaved, I'll stay here to support Harry, but I'll decline invitations to any of the public events. Her narcissism won't let her do that. She needs to be front and centre. She needs to be seen. Her narcissism tells her, you need to be there for Harry, and you need to appear at these events also to be there for Harry. That's how it persuades her that her attendance is appropriate and necessary. Of course, it isn't. Many people don't want her there, including members of the royal family. But as I've explained in parts passing, it is ultimately better to have her attend rather than give her ammunition by crying foul, by excluding her. We shall see if the proverbial narc bomb is dropped. But in the comments section, let me know what you think she might do by way of dropping that narc bomb to bring attention back onto her. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.